I was busy thinking about
10 urban legends with origins in true crime. El Hombre del Saco is Spain's boogeyman, often depicted as an old man who carries a large sack that he puts misbehaving children in. The crime of Cator is a famous murder case in Spain from 1910. The body of a young boy was found dead by the side of the road with head and abdominal injuries. The crime was traced back to a barber named Francisco Leona, who admitted kidnapping the boy by stuffing him in a sack. He then took him to an uninhabited farm where the murder took place. The goal of the murder was to harvest the boy's blood and organs as a cure for tuberculosis. This is one of the few legends where there have been several instances of it happening, whether the body actually was in the mattress or simply resting underneath the bed. In 1999, the body of Saul Hernandez was found under a bed at the Burgundy Motor Inn in Atlantic City. 2 German tourists had stayed the night in the room and actually slept above the body all night due to exhaustion and the inability to find the source of the foul smell. The next day, housekeeping was called to locate the source of the odor and discovered the body. The most recent report concerned a woman named San Juana Marcius, who was found inside the bed frame of an Austin hotel. The body wasn't discovered until several days after her death. Vacation home owners in North Pond were having a problem, and a very strange one at that. For 27 years, there was constant reports of items being stolen from the cabins. That was where the strange part of the problem came into play. Nothing of value was ever taken. What was missing was basic supplies, food, blankets, and things of that nature. There was one particularly odd incident where the only thing that was taken was every single battery in the house. Enter Christopher Thomas Knight, a man who lived in isolation for 27 years. He had entered the woods at the age of 20 and had constantly stayed there with no human contact till his arrest in 2013. He was sentenced to 7 months in jail for the burglaries, which he confirmed numbered around 40 per year. From the 90s to the early 2000s, the childhood apprehension of receiving a chain letter became a very adult fear. A message appeared in the inboxes of many women across America, urging them not to engage with an internet user going by the name Slave Master. He had allegedly killed 56 women, and the email ended by telling the reader to send it to their friends to keep them safe. In 2000, a man by the name of John Robinson was arrested after authorities found the bodies of 4 women on his property. Robinson reportedly prowled BDSM forums in search of victims, going by the username Slave Master. Snowballing, as most legends do, the Slave Master chain letter continued to pop up in inboxes, even after his arrest. The Blue Whale Challenge was allegedly started in Russia. It was said to be a game in which the players were given 50 tasks to complete over 50 days, and the final task was to end their lives. The story was first started after the death of a Russian teenager in 2015. As rumors of the challenge grew more prevalent, her death was eventually attributed to her being a player in the challenge by the internet community. Stories of the Blue Whale Challenge spread to parts of Asia as well. The challenge spread further to Europe and the United States, with some reports of teens dying after participating in the game. In 2016, Philip Budekin was arrested for encouraging teenagers to unalive themselves. Budekin claimed that he was the mastermind behind the challenge, which he invented in 2013. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison in 2017.
Scariest urban legend from each state. Kushtaka, mythical shape-shifting otters found in southern Alaska. According to the legend, they are evil. They appear when you're lost or injured and claim they'll help you. The creepiest part is that they usually shapeshift into women or children, making it seem less harmful to people that encounter them.
I was busy thinking about
Here's another one of the most interesting and terrifying Japanese urban legends. Nuri-onna, or the wet girl. The top half of a Nuri-onna is that of a human woman with long black hair, fangs, and pale skin. The bottom half of a Nuri-onna, however, is that of a snake. They are vampire-like creatures from Japanese mythology and prey on human blood. If you encounter Nuri-onna, oftentimes she will be holding a human child, which she will beg you to take to let her arms rest. If you are foolish enough to take the child from her, it will become as heavy as a rock. You won't be able to drop it for fear of hurting the child. However, this will leave you defenseless, and the Nuri-onna will immediately feast on your blood. The Nuri-onna has powerful magic which she will use to try and trick you into thinking that she is just an innocent victim. However, there are two ways of knowing whether or not someone is a Nuri-onna. The Nuri-onna is always dripping wet, no matter what form she has taken, and she cannot disguise her tongue, which is forked like a snake. Comment what country I should do next, and follow for more.
Give me your answer, do. I'm half crazy. All for the love of you.
If you're alone in the woods at night, and you think you hear someone whispering from behind you, run. It could be Walking Sam. According to Native American folklore, Walking Sam is a malicious spirit which presents itself as a 7-foot-tall, shadowy figure wearing a wide-brimmed hat with 2 glowing eyes and no mouth. It is said that it travels from forest to forest within the United States, collecting the souls of the people who have ended their lives therein to keep as trophies, which it dangles from its long black arms. But it's not enough to simply collect the souls of the dead. It lusts after the souls of the living as well. If it encounters you, it will follow you and whisper in your ear, trying to convince you that your life is worthless, in the hopes that you will end it all and become another trophy in its collection. Tag a friend you care about to remind them that they matter to you. And remember,